What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JellyGoonTv. Welcome back to all my beautiful viewers and subscribers, of course. Welcome back to the gorgeous JellyGoon squad. Today we have another video, but before we get to that, I want to say please do check the social medias down below. Check Instagram, Facebook, everything like that with the handle JellyGoonTV. Today we're going to react to American things Europeans can't understand. And there's a lot of things. So without further ado, we're going to get into this videos and see what I don't understand. I'm European myself. I come from Denmark, the north. And yeah, let's see about these Americans, because we think they are very funny sometimes, like the things they do and everything like that. So it's no disrespect to Americans, but they are funny somehow. I don't know why, but they really are. The things they do, and they're so progressive and so like but yeah, I love Americans. Let's go.
While the culture of the United States is exported all over the world
True
in
fact.
films and on TV, it also abides by some laws and practices that many consider unusual. Europeans in particular seem to have a hard time wrapping their heads around some of them.
That's true
From
fact.
child beauty pageants
Yeah,
to gun
exactly.
laws. Let's take a look at some.
Alright, I never understood child beauty passion. I never understood it. Like, don't sexualize a child. It's just wrong. I think it's fucking disgusting, but yeah. Americans do it. Let's go.
Things that Europeans can't understand.
Are you European yourself?
Sick of commercials.
Yes.
If you're a European enjoying a cozy
shit.
night in on the couch in America, some of the stuff on TV may shock and surprise you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not talking about Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm talking about commercials,
Yes.
which arrive so frequently it makes watching TV feel almost unbearable
Exactly.
to anyone unaccustomed to it.
Look, American commercials are over the top, over the line, over the top, smiling, fake. Like, it's just every European can look behind that there's some marketing right there, that people trying to sell you something. We could just look at American TV and see that there's so many freaking commercials. It's unbelievable. I watch an NBA game, I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch it. I just simply couldn't watch it. Too many fucking commercials. Like, I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't. Because the commercials that came were so fucking ridiculous. Like, no hate towards Americans, but I'm just saying, man, it's just ridiculous. Let's go.
Instantly. Use it on
Especially pharmaceutical
Exactly.
commercials, which usually show grumpy men and women turned into smiling happy
Yeah,
people
exactly.
by the product being sold. These are usually followed by an almost comically long list of potential side effects
Exactly.
spoken at double speed, like Ambien ad.
As well as abnormal behaviors such as being more outgoing or aggressive than normal, confusion, agitation, and hallucinations may occur.
Yes,
Don't take
yes,
alcohol
that's
as it
American,
increases
man.
behaviors. Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath, swelling of your tongue or throat may occur, and in rare cases may be fatal. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. In patients with depression, worsening of depression.
I'm just getting stressed when I watch this.
These types of direct-to-consumer commercials peddle prescription drugs, which is an advertising standard that was rejected by the European Commission back in 2002.
Exactly. Please do
The
that.
Commission stated that pharmaceutical companies were unable to provide impartial information on their
Exactly.
medicines. If that's the case, why is it practiced in America? To put it simply, there's simply never been a federal law passed to outlaw the practice.
Because it
This
makes
is
a
in
lot
no
of
small
money.
part thanks to the fact that direct-to-consumer drugs and their accompanying ads are a huge business.
Exactly.
And in America, whether it's right or wrong,
It's
the
money.
rules tend to follow. the
Exactly,
money.
exactly,
Europeans
exactly.
might actually need a pill for the headache all those ads.
That is also one fact about America. Everything follows money. If it's bad or good, it doesn't matter. Like, it has to follow money. It has to be a good advertisement. It has to be good. And the pharmaceuticals in America make tons of money. Like, they have free will. They can do whatever they want to do. It's amazing, man. It's really a cultural aspect that I just don't follow. Let's go.
May cause drowsiness, loss of limbs, telepathic powers, and
Yeah, exactly.
cheese. No place,
Place like
like home. Let's say you're a European who's just moved over to America. You found a house in a nice residential neighborhood, and you're going through your bills. Rent, water, gas, electric, all seems in order. But wait a second. What's a homeowners association fee? To a native, that's a pretty obvious question. But for Europeans, it's an unwelcome surprise. These fees contributes to the local homeowners association, which is somewhat like a neighborhood watch, but managing funds to be reinvested into the community. It goes towards things like residential maintenance and common spaces,
Nice.
which keeps residents happy and property values
That's
up.
good.
With around 24% of all Americans living under a homeowners association, they pay $200 to $300 on average per month in fees to these entities. Now, while some Europeans might struggle with this concept, it was a form of governance that was actually invented by France back in 1804. The condominium law was exported to the U.S., where it became incredibly
It's
popular.
a way of giving back to the
for
community
any
that you live
European
in.
that wants to complain about homeowner regulations and fees, feel free to blame the French.
Yeah, exactly. I like this guy.
Vacant vacation days.
Vacant.
The USA has one of the largest economies in the world. A tremendous economy, in the president's words. But Europeans looking to get into the American world of work are often shocked when it comes to vacation time. US workers are not entitled to mandatory paid vacation at all. Usually, the issue of paid leave is left at the discretion of employers. And yes, that does include national holidays. According to research from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2017, only 77% of American workers had access to paid vacation. Now, the reason that might leave Europeans slack-jawed is because mandatory paid vacation time in Europe starts at 4 weeks.
Exactly.
In fact, America is one of the only Western countries where law doesn't enforce companies to give its employees mandatory paid vacation time.
So, let me just, life happens for a reason, and that's the reason why European countries have gained their people vacation, because you have to take a relax off work, you have to do a lot of things, because we work hard over here. We really do, man. But Americans do too, of course, but we just have paid leave because we love our workers, and that's just a law. And if you can't buy that, you can't do business. It's simple like that. American could ask for more, but money just, is the American way, and Americans don't care about people's health. They just simply don't give a fuck. They follow the money, and the money is the best for the companies and all of that. Not maybe the people, but the companies, of course. It's just a money machine, and that's what it is. That's what we always learn about Americans. That's what we see in commercials. That's what we see everywhere in American. When American are, there's money to be made, 100%. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, but yeah.
Don't believe me? Take a look at this map breaking down mandatory paid vacation time by country. Only the great countries are known not to give paid time off. It's a working culture that undoubtedly favors employers over employees. Americans might want to think about learning Chinese instead, as employers in China must legally offer 5 days of holiday. Although that is after one continuous year of work. Win some, lose some, I guess. Florida man. If the American states could be looked at as a dysfunctional family, then Florida would be the weird uncle who once ran away with the circus
Florida is
and
weird.
wrestled a tiger. The Sunshine State is the third most populous state in the USA and receives over 100 million visitors year on year. With so many people living between Miami Beach, Disneyland, and Pensacola, a little crazy is bound to be found on the fringes of society.
Florida is weird.
What Europeans aren't prepared for are the crazy antics of Floridians that make daily headlines. From Florida man believed that he was half man, half dog in March 2019 to Florida man robs bank, strips naked, then runs down the street throwing stolen money everywhere in July 2017. You can search the internet for almost any day of the year and find a headline announcing Florida man has committed an utterly baffling crime. There doesn't seem to be an equivalent for any European countries, although the UK comes close with some of its questionable journalism topics like
Britain's fattest woman ate fridge
and
died.
Let me know the funniest local headlines you've ever seen at stories@beamazed.com.
Yeah, we don't really have that in Denmark, I guess. I don't know. You could probably find something.
That trouble. In Europe, like most of the world, tax is built into the price of items in-store and online. So what you see on the tag is what you pay. But Europeans visiting an American store might be left doing a double take at their bill when they reach the register. There is no national sales tax or value-added tax in America. Instead, American taxes differ by jurisdiction, of which there are around 7,000. Differences in these local rates, state taxes, or combined state and local taxes means that final prices for the same item can differ from one street to the next. For first-time shoppers in the U.S., this unpleasant surprise is a rite of passage that no one
let me
asked
just, if you come to America and you're from Denmark, you will find that junk food and candy and everything like that is so fucking cheap in America. Like, that's one of the aspects. Like, you can get so much food in America for no money whatsoever, because in Denmark is one of the most expensive countries in the world, and it's just a fucking fact. Like, we pay a lot of taxes, man. Sometimes I wonder why we pay all those taxes, but we have to pay the bills. We go free in hospital, we get free education, we get free welfare, everything like that. There's so many things that we get for free, but yeah, it's kind of real shit, man. But it's still cheap for a Danish person to come to America. Like, you look at the taxes in America and you're like, wait, what? Do they even pay any taxes? Like, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Tipping point. A meal at a restaurant can be a real treat, but Europeans visiting America sometimes stress about the tip. Although tipping anywhere up to 20% seems normal to most Americans,
but not Europeans.
There's no such obligation in Europe. Indeed, it's mostly seen as a bonus reward for
True.
good service, and in some European countries, it's even considered rude and excessive to leave a tip. The American federal government, however, states that tips can be used to satisfy the difference between the employee's hourly wage and the standard minimum wage. This means food servers, valets, and in-house staff in certain states can be working for a federal wage of just $2.13
It
per
saves
hour,
the money.
which is about €1.96. So if you're a European visitor,
I wouldn't
to the
even wake
States,
up for that.
be ready to
I wouldn't
factor
even
in your
charge
tip
my
to the
phone for
overall
that.
price
Hey.
of your meal. You might well be contributing to a struggling waiter's rent. Child
I wouldn't
beauty
wake up for that.
pageants. If you've ever been unfortunate enough to have watched an episode of Toddlers and
Yeah, I don't like
Tiaras
that,
on
man.
TLC, I think you might side with the Europeans on the next matter. Child beauty pageants are common across America and usually consist of dolled-up
I
little
dis-
girls
I
being
disagree
thrust
so
onto
much
a
with that.
stage to entertain a crowd of screaming
Yeah.
moms. It's truly bizarre. But what's equally strange is how the craze got started. Child pageants originated from American Better Baby contests
Really?
in the early 20th century. Babies would be scored on characteristics like weight, quality
Wow.
of skin, and face shape, supposedly in the name of helping to educate mothers on best practices for healthy babies.
okay.
But of course, it wasn't just for education purposes. There were also cash rewards and trophies for top-ranking
I just think it's fucking weird to put makeup on a child who's barely 11 or 12 or 13. Like, I think it's really fucking weird. And you need to evaluate your life. I think it's a big problem in America where they have these things that they put so much pressure on a little girl. Like, a little girl is supposed to be a little girl. She's supposed to have fun, play with her friends and all of that. She's not supposed to look like beauty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't get Americans like that. And we argue a lot about Americans in Europe. Like, we talk like, look, have you seen the president? Like, what is Americans thinking? Like, they have two people to choose from and that's it? That's all they got? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, we got Harris Boris in UK, but they're not Europeans anymore. Let's go.
toddlers. This has slowly devolved into the bedazzled tradition of pushing a child on stage in full makeup and styled hair to do a dance
Exactly.
routine for prize money.
like that.
Although some European countries host similar
They do.
but smaller
They do.
events,
I think
others
it's
like
weird.
France have gone as far as to ban all such
Exactly.
pageants, claiming they're an unhealthy way
Exactly.
to treat young
And
girls.
that's good. I
If you ask
support
me,
that.
Their general creepiness alone should be enough to slam the brakes on child beauty
I support the
pageants.
ban of that.
Honey boo boo, no thanks. Size is everything.
Yep, that's America way.
According to an old saying, everything's bigger in Texas. But if you're a European, you'll probably think that about all
Yeah,
of
exactly.
America, right down to
Yeah,
its
true.
people. It's no secret that America has a
They
little bit
thick.
of a weight problem.
They
2/3
thick.
of American adults classify as overweight, and it's estimated that almost 40% of adults in the U.S. aged 20 and
They
over
are
are
definitely
obese.
thick.
Contrasted to Europe, where a survey carried out in 2014 labeled just 15% of adults obese. That's a king-size difference, with a side of fries. The American tendency to overeat might have something to do with portion sizes in the
Exactly.
States. A study comparing portions in Paris and Philadelphia revealed food outlet portions were 25% larger in Philly. And a review of
Wow.
17 different single-serve foods like yogurt and candy bars found that 14 of them were bigger in Philadelphia. While
Americans
a
like their
one-state
big
to
size,
one-country
man.
comparison doesn't necessarily represent the whole, Europeans on social media often comment on how much bigger
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
seems stateside.
Yeah, true. But
Have
it's
you noticed
gorgeous.
this difference in portion
It
sizes?
is gorgeous.
Let me know in the comments below.
That's actually something I like about America. I'm sorry to say it, but I really do like that they have these potions and they're just big. I love it so much. But I love food myself, so I'm not gonna go into America because it's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna be fat when I come home. I'm just saying. Let's go.
Bonus points for food puns. Oh, sugar. Living in America can really give you
Oh
a
my
taste
God,
for
that
the
looks
sweet
so
life.
good.
But your teeth won't thank you for it. Why? Well, some American foods and
Fries,
drinks
yeah.
have been found to contain huge amounts of sugar compared to their European equivalents. Some common bread brands contain up to 6 grams of sugar per serving.
That's so
6
sweet.
times the amount found in European counterparts. But it doesn't end there. Taking a look at Pizza Hut's sugar content reveals most of their stateside pizzas have close to double the amount of sugar per slice as Europe.
Talking about Pizza Hut, I tried Pizza Hut in Thailand. It's definitely not good. I just have to say I'm not a fan of it. Definitely not a fan of it. So yeah, it's not good pizza for me. But I don't know how they do it in America. They probably do it different because I heard about like McDonald's in Europe is different than McDonald's in America. So yeah, I don't know, man. Let's go.
European versions. And in Starbucks, a UK venti white chocolate mocha will contain 62.4 grams of sugar, but in America, that shoots up to
God
72
damn.
grams. I've heard of sweetening the deal, but any Europeans making the trip across the Atlantic might leave suffering from the toothache. Gaps in the market. European standards of building a public restroom involve plenty of privacy, mainly in the form of cubicles with doors that are more door than gap. Seems obvious, but it's a standard that Americans just can't seem to adopt. With ridiculously large gaps at the top, bottom, and sides, it makes for a truly uncomfortable first visit to an American toilet for unwitting visitors. On their first time, Europeans are left feeling especially susceptible to unwelcome visitors and peeping Toms. Some people even resort to taping up the gap to prevent prying eyes looking in. But as strange as the design seems, there are some theories as to why Americans build their stalls this way. For a start, high floor gaps allow for easy cleaning, and they do make it simpler to pass toilet paper from one cubicle to another. On top of that, the vertical gaps act as a deterrent for anyone thinking of doing anything naughty behind closed doors. But there's always the chance you might accidentally get a real eyeful. Maybe just close your eyes before entering any
Americans have some weird things, I just have to say, man. They really do.
Triggered. It strikes many Europeans as a bit odd that in America you can pick up your groceries from one aisle of a store and a gun from another. Indeed, you can buy guns over the counter in places like Walmart, and ammo can be found in pharmacies. But seeing as guns are still legal in many parts of Europe, what is it that Europeans find weird about the gun-loving, rifle-wielding, Second Amendment-touting American citizen? It might have something to do with America's gun-related death rate, seeing as per capita, there were 12 gun-related deaths for every 100,000 people in America in 2017. Very few European countries exceed 3 gun-related deaths per 100,000 people, and none even come close to America's 12 per 100,000. The causes of the problem are fiercely debated, but it might have something to do with how easy it is to buy a gun. Background checks.
My stance on this with guns in America, it's okay to have a gun in America. I'm not trying to take that away, but do you have to have an assault rifle that can spit out 250 bullets a minute or second? Like, you don't need that power. Like, that's not the power that you need in a neighborhood where there's kids and everything like that. You just need a gun that can offshore that the guy's gonna run, or you could shoot him in the leg, or you can end his life, whatever defense you're trying to get, right? I don't think it's necessary for Americans. Americans are always over the top no matter what kind of, thing they are in. You don't have to get a gun that is 250, shots per second, man. It's just, it's unreal that Americans are like this, and they even defend it like, I have my right to bear arms, I'm American. Yes, but do you have the right to bear a fucking bazooka? Like, what's going on with you, man? I think Americans, I disagree so much with that. They allowed to have their guns, of course they are. Defend yourself, do your thing, man. But you don't have to have an assault rifle, man. I think it's horrible, and I think it's disgusting. But yeah, let's go.
They're usually carried out, but
what is it, Americans? They're gonna call me snowflake. Yeah, that's what they're gonna call me.
American gun owners have purchased
they're gonna call me SJW
without a background check. In Europe, many countries like Austria and Germany require would-be gun owners to go through a rigorous 7-step procedure before owning a gun.
We gotta make sure that you're not a psychopath.
Outright banned in the UK, and many categories of semi-automatic weapons are illegal to own across Europe.
You don't need
It's
them.
simply much harder to legally purchase a gun in Europe than it is in the US.
You don't fucking need an assault rifle.
Trigger point for some.
I like this guy, man.
Have you noticed any all-American quirks?
So that's amazing. I really like the approach this guy's taking to the video. He's really, natural, and he's not, mouse spitting Europe, but he's not dissing Europe. He's not hating Europe. Maybe he have his opinion, of course he has, but I like the way that he made the video. He made it natural and just, not judging anybody whatsoever. I really did enjoy that video. I really like this guy. So if you like this video, please check the link down below. Check this guy out, and please do subscribe to his channel. I think he's very awesome. I think it's one of the most awesome commentary channels, whatever he is, top 10, whatever it is. But I really do like these videos. But yes, America's very over the top, and America have some things that Europe doesn't have. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, guys and girls, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification. And yeah, join the JellyGoon squad. We almost at 20,000 subscribers, so it'll be massively appreciated if you wanted to support, of course. Anyway, also please do comment down below what you think about these facts that this guy shows. And yeah, anyway, guys and girls, I love you so much, and I'm gonna see you until the next one. Peace.